Hello, this is Tyler with another episode of Let's Fix This. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and show you how to replace the condenser fan motor in a Kitchenaid or Whirlpool built ice machine. In order to get to the condenser fan motor, you have to take the 4 screws off of the toe kick. 2 are located in the black grill and then 2 above the stainless panel. Once the toe kick's removed, you'll kind of peek through there to make sure the drain line isn't connected to anything or the water line. You can see right through the ice machine to make sure that you'll actually be able to pull it out. There's a clip of me shining the light through just to kind of check the hose, and then you can make sure that you're safe to pull the ice machine out all the way. Once you have the ice machine out, you're going to remove the back cover, 5 1/4-inch screws, and then with your 5/16 bit, you're going to remove the two screws that hold the frame to the base. Once those are removed, there's a little drip tray 1/4-inch screw that you can remove. Once all of that is taken off, you can prop the frame of the ice machine up with a 4x4 block, 2x4 block, pretty much anything to hold the machine up. In this video, I just used my drill. Once you have the frame propped up, then you can get back to the mounting screws. They're 1/4-inch screws that hold the frame of the condenser fan motor in. Later on, you'll see me actually remove the compressor a bit because I found I had to pull the compressor to get into the fan motor to make it a little easier. There's a 1/4-inch screw located at the top there that holds the fan bracket in place. But you'll see here, I apologize you can't see exactly what I'm doing over there, but I'll show you on the closer side. I'm removing some pins that hold the compressor in place. With those pins removed, then I can lift the compressor up and out of the way, and you should be okay. It's just all copper tubing, just don't kink anything, but if you're gentle in moving that compressor, then you shouldn't have any risk or issues with any of the copper lines. So when I put the compressor back in, you'll be able to see what those bolts look like. I didn't realize the camera wasn't shining quite down on them, but yeah, once those bolts are removed, you just lift the compressor up and out of the way, and that'll give you a lot more room to get back to the screws to separate that housing and to actually remove the fan. So I have it's a 90-degree snake bit that's made by DeWalt that makes it easier to get in to remove those 1/4-inch screws so that the fan can be freed from the housing. There's also 1 1/4-inch there at the bottom that's going to hold the left side of that fan bracket in place. Once that's removed, then you can actually move the fan bracket out of the way, making it possible to get the fan out as well. The new fan is going to come with a new blade, and it's a new style fan that actually mounts a little different, so the entire fan gets taken out and put away. Now you can test the fan that's bad by kicking the machine on. I didn't go through this at the beginning, but if you turn the machine on, machine wasn't cooling. It wasn't making any ice. It was getting really hot inside. No air was circulating, so I put my meter on and tested between the red and white wires on the fan. The power to the fan, sorry. I unplugged the fan, tested the red and white wires that plugged into the fan, and I was getting 120 volts, but no fan turning. So that's how I knew the fan was bad in this particular case. And once the old fan's out, you're going to take the new fan and you're going to put it back into place. Easiest way is the same way. You're just going to grab that housing and pull it out of the way, and it is extremely tight down in there. So you're gonna struggle a bit getting that fan in, but it will go in. The new fan will come with 3 new 1/4-inch screws to mount it to the fan bracket. As I mentioned, the way it mounts is a little different. The older fan only had 2 screws and they went into a metal plate. The new fan actually lines up a lot better and has the 3 screws that line up with the holes on the mounting bracket. Once the fan's installed, then you're going to put the bracket back in place, and there will be 2/4 inch screws that you'll reattach and tighten down to hold that bracket back in place. I used my snake bit to get to the farther one because I couldn't get it with my handheld nut driver. Once that's finished, you're going to set the compressor back in place. And then here are the mounting brackets. It's a bolt with just a little clip pin that goes in place to hold it down. So I'll show you the first two, and then there's two on the back side that you'll need to put back in as well. Once that's back in place, then plug the fan motor back in. Make sure you plug it back in, otherwise it's still not going to work once you put it back together, and it's not fun to have to try to fish that to put it back together. I'm going to remove the whatever you have that's propping the frame up. I had my drill and then I switched to my temp gun just because I needed my drill to make it easier. Then you got your 2 5/16 screws that hold the frame down to the base. Reattach the little drip tray with your 1/4 inch screw. And then I realized I didn't get a video of this next part, but I also undid the power cord. After I was done, I realized I didn't actually have to undo that, but I was just re-putting the power cord back on. After that's done, put the back on, and you're going to line it up to push the ice machine back in place. Once you start getting it pushed back, you're going to want to look through the actual ice machine. I've got a light shining. It's hard to see, but you can actually shine a light and see back. You need to make sure that your drain hose is going into the right place, that you're not kinking any lines or hoses. Sometimes the ice machine will get stuck and you can't quite get it to go back, and it'll be easy to see through there how to do it. Make sure you get the drain hose into the drain hole once you're back in place, because you don't want any leaks. Make sure you check for leaks from the water line to the ice maker, the drain hose. Run it really good, and you'll reinstall your toe kick. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for weekly videos on how to fix your own appliances. Thanks.